Hey YouTubers, X Factor here with some Sabalan Pipeline Rush. And a lot of you guys know I've been working on my piloting skills because I used to be absolutely horrible. I'm not much better, but I'm getting the basics down, the maneuverability, the do's and the don'ts. But this is one round where I was just kind of in awe of the pilot. Because a lot of times we jump in and we don't know the pilot. And it's like, oh man, what's this guy going to do? Or you don't know your gunner. The gunner's just shooting at the most random stuff, trying to shoot a jet that's off in the distance. Meanwhile, you're trying to take down the AA that's pelting you from across the map. This is Munchies. I'm in the HT server, and I literally take off in the attack helicopter the first time, and we make it 3 or 4 kills and die. Not his fault, my fault, because I don't know the map like Munchies. And the reason why I want to use this footage is this is what I aspire to be. I'm basically all the maps. There's certain maps where I've got it down, what I need to do in the Little Bird or the attack chopper, but some of these other maps, he knows the lay of the land. He just went back there, ECM'd, and waited a split second so we weren't spotted. In Battlefield 3, if you're not spotted or if they don't see you for a couple seconds, it's out of sight, out of mind. And you could definitely take advantage of this. Every time Munchie goes in for a run, he already has a spot picked out that he's going to use to break a set of locks or just to retreat to that ECM's back up again. And you'll see him use various spots. He's also toggling in his mind, along with me, when that attack helicopter is going to be up. Because, again, this is a stock server setting. The attack chopper comes up every minute and a half. And I'm doing my best to prioritize the target and kill the NGs. One thing that is helpful in situations like this is the engineers with the javelins and the iglas tend to be standing still, and they tend to be in the middle of nowhere. So the guys that are peeking and positioning for infantry are using rocks and walls and things of position. But most guys with the stigulas and the javelins are just looking up because they're literally trying to chase you down and run across open field in their back area. So it's very important to kind of take note of that. And as you can see, Munchies retreats again, pops ECM, and at this point in time, it's over for this set of MCOMs because we're simply beating them down the second that they come in, and there goes a flying body. And the ragdoll system in Battlefield 3 is amazing. Sometimes you hit them with a tank shell, they go 2 feet, or they trip on a grenade 15 feet away and they go 100 meters in the air. So you got to juggle the priorities, and Munchies does a good job here because I hadn't been in an attack chopper in about 2 weeks, and I'm usually jarring the spot with the TV missiles. I couldn't hit the broad side of a barn, so that is my failure, and I missed again here. I think I connected on 2 this entire round. I should make those shots at least 50% of the time, but don't worry. The other pilot's going to help us out here. So we have another minute and a half of freedom. And that's something of note when you know, I play competitive. If there's a tank spawn and I knock the tank down, there is literally a stop clock on my smartphone that I hit because it's a minute and a half spawn. That tells me exactly how far I got to go until I got to zone it back in, make sure I'm full repairs, full reactive to be able to counter the tank. At that point in time, we probably pushed the map pretty hard, so I'm setting up a choke point of sorts. It's a little harder to do with a helicopter, but that's the worst thing that can happen to you if you're a pilot or if you're a gunner, is give him your backside knowing or not knowingly that helicopter is about to be up and you're going to give him a free kill. So I'm trying to focus on what Munchies is focusing on, and I try to do that as much as possible. If he's trying to take down the armor, I'm going to try to take down the armor. And here's another thing. He breaks the ECM. We're just going to sit back at range because he knows this guy's low health because we got him down pretty good. And there it goes. Off we go and diving like a pro. And he flies under stuff, through stuff. It's absolutely amazing. This is arguably one of the better pub pilots I've ever seen. So hats off to Munchie. On top of that, later in this round, his card starts artifacting. What's that? It's when you start seeing weird textures and stuff just doesn't make sense on your screen. And that could be indicative of bad drivers. You just installed some new drivers and they're just not working well. And here's another shot I should have hit, but failure on my part. But again, you know, Munchies has kind of got really good positioning here, and we're going to fare pretty well here too. One thing about the Havoc is it does more damage to the other attack chopper per shot out of the secondary gunner. The Viper takes a lot more shots to kill the Havoc. It's like 3-to-1 ratio, maybe more. And again, we've got a free minute and a half minus the impending stigulas, trying to support my players, work my way to the bomb as much as possible, and circle back around because that's where the armor is yet again, and try to work on that. And he's already getting beat up, so why not try to finish him up? And that's the one thing, the close TV, I missed that one. If you get those crosshairs on it, just let it go. Don't even guide it. You'll get the kill. And adjust for the engineer. I missed there, but Munchies is on it. I'll take the engineer out who either has a Stigla RPG or he's got the repair torch. So try to help out your pilot as much as possible and figure out what he's shooting at. We're not in comms. This is just a random HT server that we're playing in, and I'm trying to clean up as many kills as possible to help him. Because at the end of the day, the further that we push back the infantry from the defender side, the better chance that we have to set the bombs. You don't want to make them comfortable. If they're comfortable and set up, you're going to have a bad time, whether you're the tank driver, the LAV pilot, whatever you're doing. And the attack chopper's up again. I swear I could make a montage of TV-guided misses in this round and call it almost counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, because an almost hit with a TV-guided missile really means nothing. And in related news, that sun is OP, but it's okay because Battlefield 4, they're changing it. It has been drastically nerfed in Battlefield 4, so there won't be as many awkward moments like that where I can't even see the crosshair. So maybe I would have landed a couple more shots, but I was literally just spraying and praying until he broke out of the sun. And again, Munchie's positioning throughout this whole thing is what allowed us to do this for literally 90% of the round. We got TV'd out a couple times, but that's on me because I missed my TV missiles. He did what he needed to do, put me in perfect positioning, broke the locks, and used every inch of functional terrain towards his advantage. He's already figured out the 10 to 15 spots on the map that he wants to retreat to and buy time when trying to save up for that ECM or just simply trying to break spots if we're getting spam from every inch of the map. We actually get stopped on this last set of MCOMs here on Sabalan Pipeline Rush, and that's the beauty of Battlefield 3. More times than not, it takes a cohesion of armor and air with the support of infantry. If you've got all three working, you're going to steamroll a team, but if only one or two of the three are working, it's going to be just a little bit harder. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this footage, just death from above. And again, this is what I aspire to be, the way Munchies effortlessly flew around the map, picking spots to break locks and all the pretty lights that are flying at us. If you guys have any questions or comments, don't forget to leave them below. If you had a little fun, learn something, don't forget about the old thumbs up. As always, YouTube, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.